Welcome back to the channel. Before you scroll away, take a look at those old pennies hiding in your collection, because today we're uncovering 3 Lincoln wheat cents that continue to fascinate collectors across America. The 1935 wheat penny, the 1946 wheat penny, and the 1957 D wheat penny. These tiny 1-cent coins have survived generations of history, traveled through countless hands, and still capture the attention of coin hunters everywhere. Could one of these forgotten wheat pennies be sitting in your coin jar right now? Stay until the end, because the story behind these historic coins may surprise you. The first one coin. The 1935 Lincoln wheat penny is one of those coins that can instantly capture a collector's imagination. At first glance, it may look like a small, worn piece of copper that has spent decades passing through countless hands. Some examples appear dark, dirty, and heavily circulated, leading many people to overlook them completely. Yet experienced collectors know that appearances can be deceiving. Hidden beneath years of wear and age is a coin that has survived nearly a century of American history. Every scratch, every mark, and every faded detail tells a story that began long before most of us were born. When the 1935 wheat penny was released, America was living through a period of determination and recovery. Families worked hard, businesses adapted to changing times, and everyday coins played an important role in daily life. The Lincoln wheat penny was already a familiar sight across the nation, carrying the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on one side and the iconic wheat ears on the other. These pennies traveled everywhere, from small-town stores to large city markets, quietly becoming witnesses to history as it unfolded around them. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1935 wheat penny is the journey it has taken through time. Imagine how many pockets, cash registers, and collections a single coin may have passed through over the decades. Some examples were saved carefully, while others circulated for years and developed the worn appearance collectors often see today. Even a coin in rough condition can hold tremendous historical charm because it reflects a lifetime of use. Every worn edge is evidence of a long and remarkable journey. Collectors are often attracted to coins that have character, and few coins have more character than an old wheat penny. The dark surfaces and aged appearance that some people consider flaws can actually add to a coin's story. A penny that spent generations in circulation carries visible evidence of its past. It becomes more than money. It becomes a survivor. That sense of survival is one reason old wheat pennies continue to hold a special place in the hearts of collectors around the world. The Lincoln wheat design itself is among the most beloved in American coinage. The portrait of Lincoln symbolizes leadership and perseverance, while the wheat ears represent growth and prosperity. Together, they create a design that feels both simple and timeless. Decades after the final wheat penny was produced, collectors still admire its beauty and significance. The 1935 issue remains an important part of that enduring legacy. Condition plays a major role in how collectors view old coins. While many 1935 wheat pennies show heavy wear, some survived with stronger details and more attractive surfaces. These examples allow collectors to see the craftsmanship that originally went into the coin. Every surviving high-quality specimen serves as a reminder of how the coin appeared when it first left the mint. The contrast between heavily circulated examples and well-preserved pieces adds another layer of fascination to the series. Another reason the 1935 wheat penny continues to attract attention is the thrill of discovery. Many collectors began their journey by searching through old jars, inherited collections, or forgotten boxes of coins. The possibility of finding an interesting wheat penny keeps people engaged in the hobby. Every coin examined represents an opportunity to uncover a piece of history that may have been overlooked for decades. As the years pass, these coins become increasingly connected to the past. Fewer people remain who remember seeing them circulate regularly, making them even more significant as historical artifacts. Each surviving 1935 wheat penny acts as a bridge between generations, connecting modern collectors with a different era of American life. That connection gives the coin a meaning that extends far beyond its face value. In the end, the 1935 Lincoln Wheat penny remains one of the most recognizable and admired coins in American numismatic history. Whether found in pristine condition or discovered worn and weathered after decades of use, it continues to inspire curiosity and excitement. It reminds us that history often survives in the smallest objects, and that even a humble 1-cent coin can carry a story powerful enough to capture the imagination of collectors for generations. The second up, the 1946 Lincoln Wheat penny is a coin that quietly carries the weight of history. To most people, it looks like an ordinary old cent that has spent decades moving from one hand to another. Some examples appear dark, worn, and dirty from years of circulation, causing many people to overlook them without a second glance. Yet collectors often see something entirely different. They see a coin that survived one of the most important periods in modern history and continued its journey through generations of American life. Every mark on its surface tells a story that began nearly 80 years ago. When a 1946 wheat penny was minted, America was entering a new era filled with hope and opportunity. The challenges of the past were giving way to dreams of a brighter future. During this period, the Lincoln Wheat penny remained a familiar companion in everyday transactions. People carried these coins in their pockets, spent them at neighborhood stores, and saved them in jars and drawers. Few imagined that decades later collectors would still be fascinated by these humble cents and the stories they represent. One of the most remarkable things about a 1946 wheat penny is its ability to connect the present with the past. Imagine how many different people may have held the same coin throughout its lifetime. It may have traveled through bustling cities, quiet towns, and countless businesses before finding its way into a collection. Every worn detail reflects years of use and movement. Rather than diminishing its appeal, that long history often adds to its character and makes it even more interesting to those who appreciate old coins. The iconic wheat penny design plays a major role in its popularity. Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front symbolizes leadership and determination, while the wheat ears on the reverse represent growth and prosperity. Together, these elements create a design that feels timeless. Even decades after the final wheat penny was produced, collectors continue to admire its simplicity and beauty. The 1946 issue remains a proud part of that beloved series. Many people assume that a coin must look perfect to be interesting, but experienced collectors understand that history often leaves visible traces. A dark or heavily circulated 1946 wheat penny still carries the same historical significance as it did when it first left the mint. Every scratch and every faded detail represents a chapter in the coin's journey. These visible signs of age transform an ordinary cent into a survivor that has endured the passage of time. The excitement of coin collecting often comes from the possibility of discovery. Old collections, forgotten boxes, and family keepsakes sometimes contain coins that have not been examined for decades. Finding a 1946 wheat penny can feel like uncovering a hidden piece of the past. The simple act of holding a coin that has survived for so many years creates a sense of connection that few modern objects can provide. As time continues to pass, surviving wheat pennies become increasingly meaningful. Many have been lost, damaged, or removed from circulation, leaving fewer examples available for future generations. This gradual disappearance adds to their appeal and encourages collectors to preserve the coins they find. Each surviving 1946 wheat penny becomes a small but important link to an earlier era of American history. Another reason this coin remains popular is that it appeals to both experienced collectors and newcomers. For seasoned enthusiasts, it represents an important part of the wheat penny series. For beginners, it often serves as an introduction to the fascinating world of coin collecting. Its accessibility, historical significance, and recognizable design make it a favorite among people of all ages and backgrounds. In the end, the 1946 Lincoln Wheat penny is much more than a 1-cent coin. It is a symbol of endurance, history, and the enduring appeal of America's classic coinage. Whether discovered in a collection, inherited from family members, or found among old coins tucked away for years, it continues to inspire curiosity and admiration. Its journey through time reminds us that even the smallest objects can carry extraordinary stories, waiting patiently for someone to appreciate their true significance. The last coin. The 1957 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny is one of those remarkable coins that proves history can hide in the smallest places. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary old cent that has spent decades passing through countless hands. Some examples appear dark, dirty, and heavily worn, causing many people to overlook them completely. Yet seasoned collectors understand that every old wheat penny carries a story. The 1957 D issue is especially fascinating because it comes from the final years of the famous wheat penny era, making it a coin that connects generations of Americans through a shared piece of history. When this penny was struck at the Denver Mint, America was experiencing a period of growth, innovation, and optimism. New technologies were transforming everyday life, and communities across the nation were expanding. Through all these changes, the Lincoln Wheat Penny remained a familiar part of daily commerce. Millions of people carried these coins in their pockets, spent them in local stores, and dropped them into savings jars without imagining that future generations would treasure them as collectible pieces of history. The design of the 1957 D Wheat Penny is one of the reasons collectors continue to admire it today. The portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front represents leadership, determination, and national unity. On the reverse, the two wheat stalks symbolize prosperity and growth. Together, these elements create a design that feels both elegant and timeless. Even decades after the Wheat Penny series ended, collectors still consider it one of the most beloved designs ever used on an American coin. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1957 D Wheat Penny is the journey it has taken through time. Imagine how many people may have held a single coin during its lifetime. It could have traveled through busy cities, small towns, family businesses, and countless transactions before eventually finding its way into a collection. Every mark and every sign of wear reflects a chapter in that journey. Rather than diminishing its appeal, those traces of history often make the coin even more interesting. Collectors know that condition can dramatically influence a coin's appeal. Many surviving 1957 D pennies show evidence of circulation, including worn details and darkened surfaces. Others escaped years of heavy use and retained much of their original appearance. These well-preserved examples allow collectors to see the craftsmanship and beauty that existed when the coin first left the mint. They serve as miniature time capsules that preserve a glimpse of the past. The excitement of coin collecting often comes from the possibility of discovery. A forgotten box in an attic, an inherited collection, or an old jar of saved pennies can sometimes reveal coins that have remained untouched for decades. The 1957 D Wheat Penny inspires this sense of adventure because it reminds collectors that fascinating pieces of history can still be found in unexpected places. Every old penny examined carries the possibility of uncovering a story that has been waiting to be rediscovered. Another reason the 1957 D Wheat Penny remains popular is its connection to the final chapter of the Wheat Penny series. Only a short time later, the reverse design would change, ending an era that had lasted for generations. Because of this, late-date wheat pennies carry a special significance. They represent the closing years of one of the most iconic coin series in American history and continue to attract attention from collectors around the world. As the decades pass, surviving examples become increasingly important as historical artifacts. Many have been lost, damaged, or permanently placed into private collections. Each remaining coin serves as a reminder of a different era and helps preserve a small piece of America's past. The longer these coins survive, the more meaningful they become to future generations who may never see such coins in everyday circulation. In the end, the 1957 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny is much more than a simple 1-cent coin. It is a survivor from another time, a symbol of continuity, and a reminder that history often hides in plain sight. Whether found in a collection, inherited from a family member, or discovered among forgotten coins. It continues to inspire curiosity and excitement. Its story proves that even the smallest coin can carry a legacy far greater than its face value, connecting people across generations through a shared appreciation for history and discovery.